Hey guys, welcome back to another Titus Dioramas action figure reviews, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the 50th year Wolverine 2-pack with Wolverine and Physlock. So let's get to it. So as you can see, this 2-pack comes in a window box packaging that allows you to see both figures and the majority of the accessories that does come with. It has some nice artwork on either side of the packaging for either of the actual figures, and it has really nice artwork on the back here with a small bio. With that stated, let's go ahead and get the two figures out of the packaging. Alright, so here is Wolverine and Physlock out of the packaging. We're going to go over Wolverine first, and we are going to look at the accessories, and then we'll move on to Physlock, who I think out of the 2-pack is really the figure a lot of people are probably going to get. I love Wolverine. I have a ton of Wolverine, Marvel Legends, and other Wolverine figures, but not everybody probably wants to pick up multiples of Wolverine. So I could see why some people might pass because of him, but may want to get Physlock on her own. And maybe sometime they will release her on her own. But let's go ahead and take a look at what Wolverine comes with. Of course, he's got his two clawed hands that come on him in the packaging. He has two fisted hands. He also has two head sculpts. And they've done a really great job of the paint on the hair, and they've done a really great job of the faces for both head sculpts. So I'll bring them up here so you can see the overall body for Wolverine is the standard Wolverine body that we've seen for quite a long time now, but he does have pinless arms and legs, which is great to see that they've got that pinless technology now for these guys. Really, if you've got a Wolverine figure, a Marvel Legends Wolverine figure, you've seen this body mold. There's very minimum paint on Wolverine, just the highlights in the hair and the paint on the face. The belt is just red plastic, black plastic, some paint on the arms, but that's really it for Wolverine. A good figure. But again, if you have a couple Wolverines in your collection already and you're not a big Wolverine fan, you might not want that one. Physlock is kind of the gem of this particular 2-pack. And I'll be honest with you, when I seen this at Fan Expo, I hemmed and hawed on it quite a bit, because as cool as Wolverine was, I have quite a few Wolverines in my collection. And it really was coming down to the Physlock. And when I went on the second day, I believe it was, they still had this 2-pack, so I decided to go ahead and get it. I did have to chuckle, and we're going to talk about this right now when we're looking at the accessories. I didn't realize this until I took the two figures out. So Physlock comes with two fisted hands, a left and a right. And she comes with two opened hands. One is supposed to be a right and one's supposed to be a left. She actually came packaged with two rights. So I have an extra right hand for whatever reason. So I kind of chuckled when I took them out of the packaging. Way too late now for me to exchange this. I've had this sitting in my closet for about a year now. I'm waiting to do this review. It has been that long. She's got two head sculpts here. Very nicely done. The hair is nicely done. There's highlights in the hair as well. Of course, the head sculpt on the actual figure itself, very nicely done as well. And then she comes with the standard Physlock blade. That I think this is like the third time we've had this, because there's been, I think, 3 Phylocks. I now have all 3 of them in my collection. And she comes with these added effects that clip on around her hands. I'm assuming these are supposed to be used with the open hands. So I'll see if they work with the fisted hands. I might have to maneuver them around a bit. You can definitely tell all the paint, all the sculpting went into Physlock. And when you really look at it, there's not a heck of a lot of paint. There's some black in like the folds on the front of the cape. They didn't really do anything on the back with that. I kind of wish they had continued it going along. You can actually see where it kind of stops. They should have continued it through. But still, there's some black in the metal garments here. The sculpting's great. This is all new sculpting from what I understand. The articulation is limited a little bit by, you know, the cape itself. This arm can't go all the way up. And this arm gets hit into this part of the cape. And of course, the bottom section here is going to interfere with how far out you can get the legs to go out and forward and everything. But she does have very decent range of movement. She has pinless elbows and pinless knees, which is great with that. I'm really glad to have her in my collection. So anyway, guys, if you were looking at picking this particular 2-pack up, I would definitely say it's worth it for Physlock if you can get it at a decent price. If you aren't a big Wolverine fan, or you have a ton of Wolverine in your collection, you may not want the extra Wolverine. I'm, pretty happy with having another Wolverine in my collection, and I'm really happy with this box set, even though I got 2 right hands. Anyway, guys, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, click that like button. If you're not already subscribed, click the subscription button. And as always, guys, stay nerdy.